when you see the world as your family, and you don't just say that, you really mean it, wouldn't you do anything for your family? Wouldn't you go through pain and struggle for your family? Well, of course. I mean, anyone who truly cares about someone would go through a lot for them. I'm not going to say anything because there's a spot where everyone draws the line. But with the family of my ex and even my own immediate family, I mean, I'm not going to try to sit and point out everyone's imperfections because everyone's got problems. I've got lots of problems. I've done a lot of things wrong in my past. And I'm not going to say I haven't. But I do know one thing, and that's that I've tried my hardest to be a good dad, whether things have worked out how I thought they should or not. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't stay with the people I was married to, or that, in the other case, I was trying to stay with someone for the kids, and then she ended up leaving me anyway because we weren't happy together, so it wasn't working. And of course, it's going to end up ending if it's not working, of course. But that doesn't mean that you take it out on the other person. So what people aren't understanding is that in a relationship, if it goes wrong and that other person has something against you and nothing but negative things get said about you, then their family is going to hate you or think negatively of you or not think highly of you. And then the next thing you know, everything that has to do with you, whether if they hear something good about you, it's just, oh, sure, well, I know how he really is. And that's something they have in their heads. And what I need to point out is that the family of my exes, that's how they see me. And they refuse to let another thought of me in their mind. And I'm not sure why. Because if they do want what's best for their family members, they would try a little harder to get to know the other half. Like, I'm nothing but open to them to talk to them. And when I mention anything, they're like, please work with us and try not fighting against us. When okay, they're trying to push pills down a teenager's throat, which is a chemical imbalance. And I'm sorry to say, but that's not the answer to what we do, to how we cure ourselves. Our answer is to be healthy and natural. How do they not see that? And it can easily be done if you would stop feeding them garbage. I'm sorry to say, but those meals that you're fixing them are garbage. And if you don't understand that, then I'm sorry, but you have to know what's good and bad to feed people and that you're not giving them the best diet. Like, I'm not trying to say who's a better example or who's not, but if you want to go to who's being a better example right now, I would have to say it's me. And I would love to sit down and talk with you guys. I'm not trying to argue. And I don't want to sit and be like, well, I do this and I do that and you don't, so because I'm better. I'm not saying I'm better. I'm not a better person. I have better practices. I have better personal things that I do on my everyday life to make sure that I'm doing the right thing for me and for others. I do that. I make sure I do because it's important to me to be doing the right thing. I'm not saying everyone else has to make an attempt to do that. And see, with this virus thing, I don't want to go off on that, but I'm just saying, literally, what I'm asking for in this whole, what triggered this conversation or this little impromptu video out of nowhere is that I'm trying to see my son. And I agreed to 2 weeks of whatever because that's the only option I was given. No one asked me anything. And then they're like, why didn't you tell me you were going to come get your son today? I'm like, I've gotten him on Wednesdays and Saturdays for about like a year now. So it's always been that. So I wasn't aware that I needed to say something to see my own son. I'm not putting anyone at risk. I mean, I know they're watching TV and they're getting their minds filled with all this stuff with people running around and rampant and seeing all these reports of people dying. But let that be known that I'm just driving straight down a road, literally straight down a road, taking a left, straight for another 15 minutes, picking him up into my passenger seat, straight down a road, and hanging out for a day, and then taking him back so I can go back to work. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong. I'm not exposing to anything negative. In fact, I'm doing nothing but helping him become better. So I'm asking you to really reassess the way you think about me and start getting to know who I am instead of letting your mind feed you ideas of somebody that I'm not. Okay? Please, like, for our family's sake, you don't need to do anything. But if you would make an attempt, it would be better I would help your life become better. And it's not because I don't even expect you to even believe that, but I will. So, I don't know, I just ask you guys to please take a little bit of time for our family's sake, to try to attempt to make something better. Because right now, nobody's making any attempts to do anything, and it's not going anywhere. So please, please, literally, I love you guys, and this is because I care that I'm trying so much. So please get back to me. I would love to hear from you guys. Peace. Seriously.